Nice.
I'm done.
Okay, cool. I asked Taylor to come on today and speak to the news that hit this morning. The big news market stuff, and I was just like, I don't know what that means, but Taylor will tell us. So I'll use his brain for that. So today is the 21st. Woo! All right. 10 days till eviction day. Woo! Sorry. Just gotta do what I gotta do. So, all right. Who has a win? Did anybody do any real estate stuff since Friday? Come on, bring it. Tell us about it. I'll tell you one of mine. I went over on Saturday because we had a showing at my $1 million listing, and my sellers were out of town. And I was like, you know what? Let me go check on it, turn on all the lights, and see what it looks like before the showing. And it did not look well. Like they had not washed they have a beautiful deck and porch, and they had not washed it or blown it since the great pollinating of the South. And so I spent 2 hours over there washing their porch and picking up sticks and turning on all the lights. And I tried to mow the grass, but the mower wouldn't start. So the showing went really well. The guy said it wasn't the house for these people because the floor plan did not work. But he's bringing another couple on tomorrow to check it out. And he was like, yeah, the porch was like the highlight. And I was like, if I had to clean that porch, they would have walked right out because it was literally covered in yellow. It looked like an abandoned house. So I was proud of myself for going and doing the extra mile there. So that was my win. That's my win. Who else has a win? Did anybody work this weekend? Raise your hand. Give me a thumbs up. No work?
I actually had 2 people reach out to me yesterday on Easter Sunday.
Oh my gosh, on Easter Sunday.
One person called at 9 a.m. yesterday morning.
Did you answer?
No.
Okay, good. Good move. Good move.
I'll be calling them back shortly.
Okay, good. Yeah, I got a repair request and a appraisal addendum at like 8:15 last night, and I was like, appraisals, due diligence has got 4 more days. I was like, really? Easter Sunday? No.
Mine ended yesterday, so I did have to answer.
Ah, you did. Did it go well?
Yeah.
What'd you win?
$1,650.
Woo! That's a win. That's a great.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, if y'all did not see Alex's babies
Oh,
picture
they were so cute.
with their Easter basket, absolutely precious. I wanted to bite them. They both were just perfect. So
Thank you. They're passed out right now.
they were hilarious. They were happy. They were.
Fun.
I'm glad. All right. Anybody else got a win? All right. Mondays are often quiet, and so I this morning was up a little early, and I was looking through all the news, and the repeated story was today's market does blah, and it was like gold is doing this, and Starks is doing this, and real estate is this, and just everything like a massive information. And I was like, okay, this is above my pay grade. When it comes to money and stocks, I call Taylor. So y'all, this is Taylor. He is a lender. Where are you licensed, Taylor?
North and South Carolina currently. I'm
Okay.
working on Tennessee and Florida.
Awesome. We have a lot of Texas in this room if you want to get some Texas action.
All
So,
right.
and we talked to John and to Tracy as well, but I just was like, let's call Taylor. Taylor's been on here before too. So can you sum up, and hi, YouTube folks, Joshua and Charles, good to see y'all. There's a host of others, I don't see your names yet, but hi. So, I don't even know if you know all that I'm talking about, but when you opened the news today, Taylor, what did you see and what does it mean to us?
I think the biggest news was Pope Francis dying.
Right.
That's the first thing I saw at least. But then I got your text and I started doing some research and, right now the biggest thing going on is tariffs. think we all know that. There's been no clarification on any of it. It's really spooked the markets.
Mm.
There's a lot of uncertainty right now, and it's hard for economists to forecast because we don't know. You know, President Trump came out and said that there's going to be a bunch of tariffs. I mean, he used crazy numbers. I mean, he hit these countries with just these crazy numbers, and no one. Some people believe in them, some don't, but they have to prepare for the worst. And
Right.
I think that's what markets have priced in currently is like worst case scenarios. As far as it affecting mortgage rates goes, it's pushing bond yields up.
Okay, hold that.
So-
It's pushing, see, this is where it becomes a foreign language. It is pushing bond yields up. Okay, break that
Yeah,
down for
so-
us.
So when bond prices go down, the yield goes up because people are wanting to purchase the new bond yield because the yield is higher now. So they're going to get more for their money buying today's bonds than they were yesterday's bonds.
Okay.
So they're going to sell yesterday's bonds. So the demand for the new bonds will go up, pushing the yields up. That's not good for mortgage interest rates.
Okay,
So the 10-year is typically what we follow. The 10-year is mostly correlated to the 30-year mortgage rates. And if you pull it up, I just go to CNBC, 10-year Treasury yield, and you can look at a 5-day chart, a 1-month chart, 3 months, 6 months. It shows you the kind of half of what it's been doing, and it always looks like a roller coaster, but recently it's really been a roller coaster because no one is sure what's going to happen. Are we going to go into a recession? Is the Fed going to lower rates? Typically they're not going to lower rates if inflation is increasing, and that's exactly what tariffs do, is they increase inflation.
okay, so pause there. So increase inflation is a tariff. That's the
Well, it pushes prices higher. So
consequence of a tariff. And
Yeah,
then when we have
exactly.
increased,
Companies are going to have to pay more for things. Consumers are going to have to pay more for things. This pushes inflation. So people are concerned that the Federal Reserve might not be able to lower rates if inflation keeps increasing. Right now, inflation has come down some, so it's kind of tame right now. But we're waiting to see what's going to happen with all these tariffs.
so if inflation increases, rates go
It
up as well. So they go together. Okay,
typically,
John, we we're discussing, like when I opened the news today, first thing was, yes, Pope Francis died, and I don't know the appropriate words to say that. Rest in peace, I guess is the best words there. But then we start, like, I was like, people were like, the gold is doing this, and the market opened here, and this is happening, and it was just like money chaos. And I was like, whoa. So Taylor is a lender as well, and John is a lender as well. I think everybody else on here is realtors. I know Kevin's wife is a lender. I don't know about Keisha. I think Keisha's a realtor. So we were just discussing, now what does that mean? Because everybody like sees all this and they're like, well, I don't know what that means. And they're like, gold is blah. I don't know what that means.
they're looking for a safe place to put their money.
Okay.
So if the dollar's value has gone down recently, so people are wanting to find somewhere to put their money, and this is a great conversation for you to have with your clients. Is if prices are increasing, not only is that going to affect current home values, we're not going to see a drop in home prices, but also construction costs are going up. So if they can if they can get out, get pre-approved and get in a house now and beat some of this, inflation, then that could be, that would definitely be good for them, right?
I love that. Okay, that's how it relates to us, because that's where my brain always wants to go. Like, how do I talk to the public about this? Well, what do I post to have it have meaning? So that's a great point. New construction is going up, home prices are going up. So then in turn, if you're not a home buyer, what else is going up? Rent. Rent is going up because I as an investor buy a home, and I have to buy it at 450 and a 7% interest rate, which next year it might be 500 and an 8% interest rate. Your rent prices are going up and up and up and up. So, now the other piece I heard, what can y'all glean, rip out from what he said? Where's a safe place to put your money right now? He just told us about it. Where's a safe place to put your money?
Real estate is always.
Real estate. That's what I gleaned from what he said. Because prices are going up, new construction's going up. So if you have real estate, what does that mean? Your value is going up, right? Is that
Stock market's going down.
stock market's going down? So that's a good
So
assessment.
that means people are pulling their money out into cash, and they're going to bonds. China also supposedly has been selling a lot of bonds. They're trying to hurt the U.S. dollar. So
Mhm.
that's another reason we've seen the crazy bond prices. But yeah,
So-
people are wanting to invest in things, stable assets, gold, real estate, bonds.
I love it. Okay, question. You may not know anyone. This is a question to anyone. Has gold always been like historically a safe place? Yes, Jim. I don't know the answer. I'm asking honestly.
A lot of investors will use it as a safe haven. Like if the market is volatile, then it'll go into they'll put it into gold or something like that, or like you said, bonds or whatever. But I don't know. Lately, it's they're not following any of the rules. It's so volatile that it's affecting other markets that would normally be fairly stable. But historically, stocks go down, gold goes up. Is kind of the idea.
But what they don't say is stocks go down. Does real estate go up?
Real estate always goes up.
Right. So
Yeah, it doesn't matter what stocks do.
so that's our message to the world is, guys, if you have equity in your home, go buy something. If you don't have equity, if you have any form of money, if you're paying rent somewhere, go buy. Like, this is an ample, beautiful time to. Now you can't do a 1031 exchange with cashed out stock money to buy a house. It doesn't count that way. It has to be real estate, right? Real estate, yeah. Okay, so fascinating. What else? What else does your brain need to tell us? Any of you financial people in relation to what was going
Well,
on?
that's another good point you brought up about taxes. With capital gains, you're going to pay. For primary residence, you don't really pay any taxes when you sell up to married couples $500,000. So
Right.
and with an investment property, you're paying 20% capital gains or 15% capital gains versus your income tax bracket. So if you're at a higher income tax bracket, you're at 25, 30, 35%. You're way better off paying 20% capital gains than you are, your income tax bracket.
I love that. These are simple statements that if we put them out, even if you put out your post says, did you know you would pay less tax on an investment property versus capital gains? Is
Your
that
income,
your
your W-2
your
wages,
your
yeah.
yes, your W-2. So if you're selling these stock, that's the big thing is to have these conversations with the people. If you are selling stocks today and need a safe place for your money, let's talk real estate, and I can tell you why. And then we hook them up with the people who can tell them why. We do our elementary version, and then we hook them up with the experts. But that to me that's big, right? That's a big opportunity for us to put it out there because I feel like we have to be doing some things different right now as realtors. We can't just be the same old, same old. We got to be offering something like cleaning their porch for 2 hours or educating them on safe places to put their money. Now, we can't guarantee it's safe, but we can say with the magic ball that we have and with history's facts, Diane likes to show facts, real estate has been the winning investment. And someone,
Yeah, people are always looking to buy it. They want a deal, right? Especially with these higher prices. I want to get a deal. So I see a lot of these low ball offers out there. The reality is, if you're buying right now, you're getting a deal. It doesn't matter. I mean, and we know that it is somewhat of a buyer's market in the sense that you can ask for closing costs, you can ask for a small price reduction, but if you wait 2 years, then you lost out on the inflationary
Right,
measure or
gain, yeah,
effects of real estate, right?
right. Very, very smart. Very smart. So that's the deal. And if you have listings right now that aren't selling, then you tell them, hey, guys, you got all that extra money laying around? Make this a rental property, make this an investment property. It's going to cost less right now than it will next year, historically speaking. Because again, we don't have a crystal ball, but it's the safest investment. What'd you say down there? Somebody said something that was good. It's safer than other investments. Steve said it's a long-term investment. That's right.
Yeah, and that's what we have to educate our clients that it is long term. You guys have probably seen this too. We have these clients that buy and then they end up selling in a year, and they wonder why they're losing money on it. It's after all your fees and typically real estate, if you want to make any money on it, you got to hold it for 5 years. I think people got spoiled with these 2021
Yeah.
and everything, and now it's a normal market, so we're having to wait 5, 6, 7 years for us to see. And then if you wait 30, then you're really ahead of the game. And if you have someone else pay for your mortgage, like if you rent it out, and to rent things out, you know this, Robin, you're an investor. Renting a house out these days they make it pretty easy. I mean, Zillow Manager, you go on there, you can see their credit report. You can get it out there to just tons of different people. And,
Oh, yeah.
And pick, and it's just the one thing I do recommend with rentals is getting a good contract. So working with an attorney to draw up a very good
Yes.
contract, and make sure that you're protected if anything happens.
And putting-
A lot of things add into those contracts to keep you protected.
Putting your property into an LLC, so it's not, they can't come after you, they come after your LLC. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have a rental property, guys, and some of you are like, girl, I can't even pay my bill, okay, I get it. But if you have equity, look at it. If you have equity, look at it, see if you can. The other thing that is so smart, that I wish every single one of us on this call would do, is plan now. So what month are we in? April? So April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Okay, 8 months. Now I'm saying this is a big statement, okay, but if you feasibly could put $1,000 a month aside, okay, that's stupid, you're like, I can't do that. That would be $8,000. All right, you can't do that. You can put aside $500 a month, okay? That would be $4,000 by December. What happens to homes in December that are new construction?
Get insane incentives.
Dude, insanity. They're like, take the house, we'll give you a car. I mean, they give away houses. They have insane incentives. They have $15,000 in this and $20,000 in that, and yes, we'll pay your agent, and yes, $4,000 down is perfect. That, in my opinion, in a new construction home, hello guys, new construction home,
maintenance.
no maintenance. It's good for at least 5, 10 years, right? Buy one of those.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea.
Buy one of those right now. Plan in December. That could, on your goal chart, Corinne Betters, on your wall, I want to buy a house by the end of the year. No, I don't. Not I want. I'm going to buy a house by the end. I'm going to buy an investment property by the end of the year. And if you don't, I will own an investment property. And if you don't own your first house, well then own your first house, and have it be like we talked about before. It's a playing card. You don't get to start off with a full house or a royal flush. You start off with like a pair, and you're like, I got a pair. But then you trade your pair when you play poker, and you, oh, now I have a full house, right? So, same exact thing. Just get a pair. Just get a pair. Get 2 cards. It might beat somebody else's hand. It will beat all the other people's hands that don't have a pair. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be your dream house. Wally and I have not lived into our dream house until this one. So, and this one's still not fully dream house, but it's cool. I'm coming to you, Kevin, in just a second. So anyways, $4,000. $4,000, that's $500 a month. And let's say you can't do it in April, May, you don't have any closings, but June you have 3 closings. Okay, catch up, 1, 2, 3. You need to have 1,500 out of that closing, go into savings, boom, at the end of the year buy a house and use it as a rental, and then you have income. I wish each of us would do that. So, and Taylor and John can help you get that mortgage. Kevin, what are you raising your hand about this morning, my friend? Good morning.
Well, speaking of the ideal dream house,
Mhm.
okay, so you will dream when you're dead, number one, okay? Number two, was it Taylor who mentioned the LLC,
That was me.
Okay, it was you, right. Don't forget that you are exempt for capital gains tax for $250,000 per individual if you have lived for 2 years out of the past 5.
Right.
In a property, and it does not have to be in a bulk time. It does not have to be consecutive 2 years. It could be 3 months. It could be 6 months. It could, whatever. All right. So that's one thing. For a married couple, it is 500. Okay. So you can do that, number one, and then at least this way you can kind of postpone, the capital gains tax or actually not pay capital gains tax.
That's what we
for-
just did to buy the properties we bought. We didn't,
Okay.
we just put in a 1031 exchange, and then we bought like for like. We had a rental, we bought a rental, and now we don't pay capital gains on that.
Right, but 1031 is different from the capital gains tax
Right.
for things. Yeah.
But it's the same,
again,
I mean, we would have paid capital gains
Right.
if I hadn't.
Yeah,
but-
and actually, and eventually, when you are ready to transition out of real estate, that's another thing. You can, and I'm not sure about that yet, but I think that eventually, when you're ready to retire, you're tired with life, and you want to slowly dispose of 1031s. I think you can slowly tan your 1031 that you originally were planning to be 1031. You can make them your primary residences.
Wow.
I think, and then slowly transition out of that by avoiding the capital gains tax that way.
You
I'm
just
not
have
sure
to,
about
you just
that.
have to move, which, sure, nobody wants to do
but
that, but
you
yeah.
have to know people. Yeah, you have to know people who know people who know people. Meaning
Right.
CPAs, tax attorneys.
Yes.
But I think you can basically perpetually avoid, paying, income tax.
I love it.
I don't know. I'm not an attorney, but that's kind of
Thank
my
you.
system.
All right, thank you. Good. All right, so here's this. Let's brainstorm this. What post can you make today? Like, let's craft it together. You can go into ChatGPT and have a picture of Jim with he's the lady of liberty with the lady justice woman with the scales, and he could have gold in one hand and real estate in the other. That could be his picture he puts out there, and he says, which is a better investment, gold or real estate, right? That's one way. That's just I just saw Jim as the lady of justice. That's what I did. What else could you do?
You could do tax-free investment, like what Kevin was saying.
Tax-free investment.
Yeah, for primary.
Okay, love that. Here's another one. Are you looking for a way to, you want the hook? Remember when we do posts? What do? 3 things? Hook. I know y'all like, what, you're supposed to be doing this every time you do. So hook, what else?
Call to action.
Content, call to action, right? Hook, content, call to action. So your hook is, are you looking for a way to beat the tariffs? How to make money work for you? Everybody is stressed. Are you stressed out about money? I have a solution. Don't buy gold. Buy a house, right?
Here's the hook that ChatGPT just gave me. If your money is sitting in the bank right now, it's basically just watching Netflix and ordering DoorDash.
That's hilarious.
I love it.
Oh, I have another one for you. Are you a liberal? Question mark. Play the Trump game on his grounds. Boom, like this, something like that. So
no.
you can try it. Hey, Trump is playing the game. Why not? Why can't liberals play the game? I know it's not Friday. I know it's not Friday. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've got so much to say to that, but I'm just gonna refrain. Woosha. Woosha. So, yes, just figure out how to use these lines, these headlines, put them in ChatGPT and say, put a positive twist on this as a realtor. And use it repeatedly. Don't just do it today. Do it today and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Because if they see you as a resource, then they're going to come to you for help. And that's what we want. Okay, go outside the box. Go to the ritzy, healthy, wealthy, fancy neighborhood and that has a gated entrance and sit outside the entrance. With a sign. Like we talked about Lucy from Peanuts. Did you just lose all your money? Let's save the rest of it. Right? That's, I mean, go big or go home. That's an idea. Taylor, I'll be at your neighborhood this afternoon. He has a fancy, pretty neighborhood. So, all right. Anybody else got anything else for today? Thank you for popping in, Taylor.
Happy to.
Yeah. So, go do something different today. Don't just sit at your house. Don't just do the things you've always done. What does doing things you've always done get?
Same result.
The same results. Go do something different. Okay. All right. Well, happy Monday. Woo. High fives. Give me fives. Give me fives. Gotta give me a 5 day. There we go. There we go. All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Rob.
Y'all have a good
See you
one.
guys.
Bye. Go do something different. Y'all have a good one. I hope I see you tomorrow.